Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to Stardew Valley. This is going to be a brief highlight video of day 6 through 8 of summer year 1 because I wanted to keep playing at the time, but my commentary was awful and I had nothing to say. And so this is kind of a video that kind of got lost in the usual mix, so I apologize and I would hope to do less of these. But the highlights, we got our first harvest of hot peppers, and the good ones we sold. The regular quality ones I kept hold of for future recipes and to start gifting Shane and Mayor Lewis. Shane has a recipe for pepper poppers, which I really want, so we also got wheat. But I never gave it to George. I think I forgot or it expired, I don't know. But I know I never did it. So, yeah, here we are giving a pepper to Shane. And that's basically going to become part of the daily routine, is to try to find him. He's pretty easy. He's usually at work in Joja Mart. And of course, that's a summer crop, so you got to put it in the bundle. And I also checked for the hay and the fodder, because I know that was part of the animal thing, or something over in the bulletin board. But then I later realized you needed 10. So I went and bought seeds and did some fishing to bring up the money. And when I went fishing, I caught the remainder of the ocean fish. Tilapia and red snapper. So that's pretty cool. Glittering boulder removed. I don't even know what that is. I think it might be the thing near the mines. We got warp totems to the beach, which, even speaking to you now, I haven't used yet. But yeah, then I went and got wheat seeds to replenish what we chopped, and I got 9 radishes as well, just to see what they're gonna do. I think they're mostly just used for recipes. I don't even know who likes them or not. I feel like this game, you have to constantly be referring to something to refresh yourself on like who likes what until you just know it, I guess. But then, what I decided to do with this time, with all that planted, we don't have to water it. Which, remember, we're going to get our steel watering can too. That's tomorrow's highlight, the 7th. Because that's in the works with Clint right now. But what we did not do, let's check the bat cave. Oh yeah, thunderstorm too. That means I think we get double batteries from the lightning rods. I crafted 2, right? It's weird going back in post, you forget what happened. But we're going to see the train. This could have been done on the 3rd. That earthquake that we heard in the middle of the night. Yeah, the 3rd of the summer or something opens up. So we're just going to, like, chop some trees and things in that new area and see what the bathhouse is about. See, it's, like, way up here out of the way. I mean, maybe on your way home from the mines, but on the way home from the mines, you're going to go to sleep anyway. And once you repair the mine carts, getting to and from your house and the mines, it's like you never even take the road to this place. Yeah, it's just a rundown mess, but every now and then a train will pass through. And if you're on this screen when the train passes, or even if you come that same day, there's a chance like 3 items or something could fall off the back of the train. But if you go to sleep and then visit the next day, it resets and whatever may have fallen off, it's not there anymore. I think I got that right. I don't know. But yeah, otherwise there's nothing really to do. It's just kind of clean up, and this is the spa, the bathhouse thing. And I do know that there's something about it. Like, you could fish maybe in that pond or the bath itself. But you have to do something first to know that there's something in there. But yeah, you just kind of pick your locker room. I don't think it matters. It might force you. Probably not, though. But yeah, see, the time's ticking this whole time, and it forces you to walk this slow. But the good thing is, it rapidly increases your energy, even more so than the bed. So if you really need something and you have no food on you, it's a good thing to just kind of sit and don't press anything and look at it go up. And I think this is the only time so far, I'm only a couple days ahead of this, but I think it's the only time I visited this place, because it is kind of out of the way. So yeah, that was day 6, nothing really to it. Fishing, buying seeds, rainy day. It's amazing, the file is like an hour long, but I chopped the thing down, which is nice. I like that, but I realize it's not what people hope for. There's probably a lot of people who like the longer videos that are just talking about whatever. The steel watering can is ready. What happened this day? It was sunny the next day. Oh yeah, there was a Queen of Sauce thing. Neutral spirits. I think this was a day of mostly fishing then. Baked fish. That's a good recipe, but you need something weird that is hard to obtain. Good song again. Unfortunately, I'm gonna cut it here, but... So grabbing the watering can from Clint, but that's not all. Look at our money. We have enough to do something else, and I had the Geodes with me, so we get a lot of good stuff for the museum here. And more iron ore, apparently. And copper. Good. Get excited seeing it again. Because I'm at the point a couple days ahead of this where some more copper would be nice. So yeah, that was new, that's new. And that one too. So I believe we also get a new reward in the museum. Yep, there it is. And it was, I think, the large teddy bear. Yep, the futon bear or whatever it is. So that we just kind of stuck behind the bed. And then, with iron bars aplenty and the money in tow, we went straight back to Clint to deposit the axe. So we're gonna have the steel, we already have the steel pickaxe, we just picked up the steel watering can, and the axe is next. So that's awesome. That's gonna unlock the secret forest. And it's all pretty good. And then I discovered for the first time that you could just walk through here. I think you were supposed to do this at the very beginning of the game. And there's a letter from your grandpa saying he'll return on the dawn of the 3rd year. So it is just like Harvest Moon 64, where start of the 3rd year you get like the ending. And that's pretty much all that was. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to not do this as much. Level up on fishing. Could help. But like I realized it gets easy to kind of look at the fishing, if that's all you do in a day, or chopping wood. It's easy to look at that and be like, oh, I'll just cut that out. But that's part of it, and that's like your time to start talking about stuff that might be interesting. So, I don't know. But very happy. I think this is the mining day. We got pine tar too. Not sure what I did with that. I think I just sold it. So we do the morning routine, and then we're going to the Joja Mart specifically because Shane works here, and we're trying to shower him with hot peppers to get that recipe. I think he needs 3 hearts before he mails it. Maybe even more than that. I don't know. It's kind of the general rule with every resident. There you go. A train is passing through Stardew Valley. You hear it blow its horn. So if I were to go to that screen right now, you might be able to catch it passing through, and you might see some stuff fling off of it. But either way, if you miss it, as long as you go back before you go to sleep, if anything did fling off, you could still grab it, like I was saying. So why are we in here? Oh, sea urchin, okay. Yeah, and the pomegranate, that bat cave was paying off. So, I won the copper bar, or the iron bar, I think, for this. And solar essence, too? Yeah, that's what this was about. Minecart's repaired. Not yet, but it's coming. Very soon. We just need that gold bar, I think. But yeah, the magnet ring was the reward for that. And that thing is incredibly useful. It's a small one, so the radius isn't that big. But it basically draws things, like if you chop down a tree, the wood will kind of gravitate towards you. And just same with anything else that spews anything that you could pick up. Yeah, we're basically going for the blackberry, maybe, and the pomegranate. Yeah. So just the hazelnut left for the fall foraging, which we know is just going to be fall mixed seeds anyway. And then I think I was confused about the pomegranate, but it goes in the artisan bundle. The one that has like the cheese and the honey. So that thing is very close to being done. Because the cave can spawn any of those other fruits except for the apple. And I could easily craft the honey machine. All it takes is some maple syrup. Ah yes, the steel pickaxe or a cherry bomb can break this wall, and if you do, you find this new character, a dwarf, but you can't understand him. There's a whole thing involved in trying to understand him, and eventually he sells stuff, and you can gift him like a normal villager. But now, there's not going to be any cuts for quite some time. So So we're doing floor 55 to shoot for floor 60. Maybe 65, I forget how far I go. So this, I guess, will be the most similar part to the previous episodes. I think I was trying to grab some solar essences here and things. Obviously, these guys for the coal. But yeah, the last episode I was on about the stock photos, remember? And just in that search for deep conversation topics or whatever. I guess just for something to talk about here. Does anybody else find conversation extremely difficult? Because I think that's what I was trying to say in that video, but I never really got around to it. Kind of, but... Like, I think that's why sometimes trying to figure out what you want to do, or what you even want, is hard, because conversation is kind of the same way. It's like when you sit down with somebody, what do you even say to them? Man, I was just tanking everything, wasn't I? I know at this point I was desperately craving a weapon. We're gonna get it, though. Floor 60 has it. It's not that great, though. It's not the one that I hoped for, but I make do with it. And it actually... it's alright to use. It's fun in its own right, but we'll see it. I like this mining music. This song in particular. Apparently really determined to get that guy. I do remember this. And like, I smacked him like 800 times, and I'm like, with each new smack, I was like, well, I did it this long. The temptation to just go down the ladder, but there you go. Solar Essence. It's gonna be worth it in the end, I think. But yeah, I'm always baffled by people who can just talk and talk. I mean, I know that sounds ridiculous, because that's what you do in a Let's Play. And that's why this is post-commentary, because it's so hard sometimes. Especially when you're stuck inside and not really experiencing life. You run out of stuff to talk about. Actually, the last phone conversation I had with my girlfriend, we were talking about that. How, like, her coworkers would sometimes be like, oh, got any plans this weekend? Meanwhile, everybody's in the middle of a lockdown. I was like, no. Oh, maybe it's just people being nice, saying the usual stuff. Or even that, like, once you return to work from the weekend, did you have a good weekend? No. Like, what did you do? Well, some people are going out and doing stuff still. I don't know, it's weird. I mean, there was the whole Super Bowl thing that just happened. I'm oblivious to all of that. I just know that it happened, and was not really much different than normal ones, which is somewhat frightening, but whatever. Yeah, if you get the lead pipe or the wood mallet on, like, floor 40 and beyond, somewhere over there, these guys go down in just a couple hits. So they're really irritating with just that crap sword. But yeah, I've had that my whole life. It's just... more often than not, you know, when you're in a group situation, you and a couple friends, and you have mutual friends that are maybe more so friends with your friends, but that person might just be kind of like an acquaintance through them. But then let's just say something happens and your friends, the ones that they're actually friends with, disappear from the room for a moment. And then it's just you and the one who's kind of more of just an acquaintance. And it's like, so... we're here together, right? Like, what do you even say? There's just that awkwardness. But then going back, oh, what was that? Oh yeah, aquamarine. Clint likes that. Emily. Break open that bag for coal. Absolutely. Yeah, when I was talking about the coworkers that you become friends with and you try to think back of when it happened, actually. And you can't, because it's just kind of like a weird continuum of things. But that's a terrible feeling, man, when it does, the room does clear out and it is just you and somebody, and it's like, you could talk to them, you could have a good time, but you can just sense their itch to escape. Oh yeah, thermal boots. I assessed it and determined they were worse than the Tundra boots, but held on to it for the sale price at some point in the future. Even though it's not much, you could just toss them out, but... There's that song that makes you question your existence again. While all you're trying to do is get iron and coal. And then life comes and hits you in the forehead. I think this track title is called Cloth, which is weird. I don't know the significance of why, but that's what it's called. And you can find extended versions of it. There's an even better mining song, though, that you can't... Crystal Dagger, there it is. It's got a very short reach, but it has a stronger chance of a critical hit and slightly better output. Barely. Like, the base damage is still the same, 4. It's kind of rapid fire. I think we tested it out here briefly. That pond, too, has exclusive fish in it. Some of which I think are needed for the community center, so that's something to keep in mind in the future. Yeah, see, look at how rapid pokey it is. And the A button press, every weapon has a secondary thing. You notice I kept accidentally blocking with the sword? And like the whole square on the inventory would turn red. It's actually useful with this dagger because he does a bunch of them in a row. And oftentimes they're critical. But there you go, that's that. Leaving the mines, and that's pretty much all that we accomplished. But it's something, and I thank you for watching, and I'll try to not do this post-commentary thing as much. Roots platter is very good, but I don't think I realized it for a while. It's a winter root and a cave carrot, so it's very good. But anyway, thanks. See you around.